Hi everyone. Here is the primary cause of the 2007-2008 Great Recession. The Democrats were pushing the idea that everybody should have the right to buy a home. But homes are very expensive. So what the Democrats did, and the Republicans just kind of ignored it and let the Democrats do what they wanted to do, so I blame both parties. But the Democrats were pushing that we have to reduce the standards or the minimum requirements that people have to be eligible for so it's easier for them to buy a home. So instead of having a certain annual income, they lowered that minimum so to make it easier for people to purchase a home. So the Democrats reduced the eligibility to borrow money to purchase a home. Okay? So what happened was a lot more people bought homes. So the two minimum requirements that they reduced, one is less money down. So normally when you buy a house, let's say the house costs $300,000, okay? Banks typically would require that you have to put down 10 to 20% of the value of the home. So if it's a $300,000 home, you got to put down $60,000 to buy the home, and then you borrow the other $240,000 and you make your payments annually over, say, 30 years, okay? But the Democrats reduced that to even less than 10%. So people did not have to have much of a savings to buy a home. And so more and more people bought homes. Also, when you looking at to try to become eligible to borrow money, banks will look at your annual income to make sure that your annual income is at a certain enough level, or high enough level, I should say, to ensure that you're able to make your monthly payments. Well, that was also reduced. So what happened was it became much easier for people to borrow money. And what happened was borrowing skyrocketed and the home purchases skyrocketed in 2004, 2005, 2006. Home purchases were just increasing at a much faster rate than we'd ever seen before. And therefore housing prices were also going up at a much faster rate. But to make it even easier for people to borrow homes, an adjustable rate mortgage was used. An adjustable rate mortgage was an interest rate that was below the market rate of interest, so it became even cheaper for people to borrow money. But the problem was the adjustable rate mortgage was only good for 3 years. And then after 3 years, the loan would revert back to the normal rate of interest. So what would happen was those first 3 years that after you purchased your home and making your payments, your monthly payments are relatively low because the interest rate was real low. But after 3 years, the adjustable rate mortgage would go away and you'd have to renegotiate your mortgage agreement at a much higher interest rate, which would then make it more expensive to make your monthly payments. And it was after the adjustable rate mortgages were used up that at the same time, everyone had to buy, a lot of people had to pay a higher mortgage rate, and that's what started the problem. So let's stop here, and we'll pick it up in a couple of minutes. Okay, bye.